History never repeats itself. At best, it sometimes rhymes. Mark Twain. Hello guys, just wanted to make a quick video about the current state of the cryptocurrency market and specifically where I see things going as we enter the climax of this bull run. So on the screen now, I've got the Bitcoin price chart, which I analysed yesterday. It's a bit outdated now, seeing as Bitcoin's at 54, but the point is I'm anticipating a cycle top of around $75,000 here to about 80k, which, I can't really be asked calculating the percentage gain from the current price, but the point is from 50k we're looking at a gain of about 50%, which is, pretty good. I mean, if you said that to somebody on Wall Street, they'd be pretty happy with that. But my attention isn't really on Bitcoin at the moment. I'm just laying the groundwork. So where do I get these figures from of 75 to 80k? And how can I be so confident that that is where we are going? Am I pulling them out of my arse, or is there some method to the madness? You see, I've drawn these conclusions based on something called Fibonacci retracement levels, which are based on the golden ratio. If you've heard of that, it's basically predictable patterns that occur time and time and time and time again within the universe. So it happens in nature. You can see here in the galaxy, hurricanes, plants. Don't really know what that is, but you can see it in architecture, in animals, and even in humans with Mr. Trump over here, his ear and his head. So if these patterns are present all around us, why not in the financial markets? So let's take a closer look at Bitcoin in 2013, where it really sort of had its first, major rise. And how these Fibonacci retracement levels work is by measuring the top of the previous cycle, which is here, and measuring the bottom of the bear market. So this level here, as you can see, it's bounced off very nicely on 3 occasions, here, here, and here, which suggests that there must be something to these retracement levels. Of course, markets are based entirely on psychology, but why can't human emotions and human psychology be based on these mathematical principles? Why not? Now, based on the Fibonacci retracement levels, the 2013-14 top was anticipated at about what? $1,250. Okay, we didn't quite get there. We got to 1,150, but the point is we got pretty but damn close. That's pretty impressive. I think that it got that close. And obviously after that we saw a correction and we saw reaccumulation, a bear market, and then we went into 2017. And if again, so this is the top of the previous market, if we measure that and we go down to the bottom of the bear market and we extrapolate the Fibonacci retracement levels, we had an anticipated top of around $4,400. Again, we actually surpassed that point. We went higher, but not by much. I think we hit around, can't really see it there, but we hit around $5,000, and then we corrected by about what, 35-40%. Okay. Now, what was different about 2017 compared to 13 is 13 we had one move, so you can see that here. Now in 17 we had the first move, we had the retracement or the correction, and then we had the second move. So we went from about here to almost $20,000 in about 5 weeks. So clearly, when these moves happen, they happen very, very quickly. This was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. So each of these candles is a week, by the way, but don't worry about that. So we had two moves in the Bitcoin price chart, and what's important to keep in mind, I guess, is that when Bitcoin makes these moves, it drags the rest of the cryptocurrency market with it. So we saw parabolic moves twice in the altcoins in 2017, whereas we saw it once in 2013. Okay, now my analysis suggests to me that we're repeating 2013, so this chart, as opposed to 2017, which means that when Bitcoin is ready to rock, when it corrects and the altcoins start to follow, we will have that movement once. Okay? Funnily enough, when you overlay the 2013 bar pattern and you overlay it here, we actually see a cycle top of, you guessed it, $79,474. But the key thing is, it's in our range, it's in our predicted range. So that's two pieces of data signaling to me that the Bitcoin cycle top is at that level, is at that $75,000 to $80,000 level. So again, we're looking at gains of around 50%. Okay, look, 50% gains, it's not to be sniffed at. It's pretty damn good. You know, you go and tell any sort of finance professional, any trader, that you can make 50% in one trade, they'll be pretty impressed. Okay, but the reality is 50% gains is not really going to do anything for most of us. You know, I'm conscious of the audience I'm speaking to, and I include myself in this. 50% gains isn't going to do anything for me. It's not going to change my life. I'm not that excited about it. And the reality is that the real opportunity in these markets are in the altcoins. Okay, so I'm going to get up the Ethereum price chart. Now, if you haven't heard of Ethereum, Ethereum's the second largest cryptocurrency on the market. And if you sort of do the Fibonacci extensions for Ethereum, we're looking at gains of about 230%. So immediately that's way more attractive. Again, like, Ethereum does tend to follow these Fibonacci levels. it has done historically, and I expect it to in this cycle. I would be very, very surprised if it doesn't hit at least $5,000. This is, can't quite see it, but this is suggesting $5,700, which again, pretty good. But if you look at Litecoin, we can anticipate gains of somewhere near 700%. Now we're talking. Okay, now we're starting to see a kind of return where you can put not too much money in and exit. Of course, you know, if you sell on these golden levels, a return that's incredibly attractive, you know, returns that could change your life. Okay, and clearly the altcoins they've got some catching up to do. They have not broken out like Bitcoin has. So Bitcoin at the moment is way past this level. It's gone past its all-time high, and as I said earlier, we're sort of reaching the climax of the move. You know, we're in the last 50%. If you are buying here, you know, that's what is it, like more than 20x. It's about what, 25x from here. So what you need to understand about markets, okay, is I know this sounds obvious, but you'd be surprised at how little people follow this kind of thing. But you want to be buying assets in this stage of the market, okay? Because as soon as you're in these levels, the risk-reward ratio dramatically decreases. So this is the point of maximum financial opportunity, and this, buying at these levels here, is the point of highest financial risk. And what invariably happens, if you look at, you know, the previous market structures, the people who end up buying in these levels end up holding the bag for years. Okay, happened there, and it happened here. People, I actually remember this time. I was buying at these points, you know, I didn't know better. I was like, I'm going to be rich. This stuff's going straight to $1 million. It didn't, okay? And I watched my portfolio just completely erode away. So clearly, this is where, as I've said, you want to be buying. The lower the better, okay? Now, I want to talk about XRP. Okay, XRP, if you look at the market structure, it hasn't broken out at all. It hasn't moved. The reality is, XRP right now is in a really, really unattractive price structure, price range, price level. People aren't interested in an asset when it's down here, right? If you look back at, say, Bitcoin, so I've got so many tabs open. If you look at Bitcoin back here, this was when, obviously, coronavirus happened, okay? And the market essentially, all the markets sold off. We entered a risk-off environment. Stocks sold off. Even gold took a hit. Precious metals. Everything went to the downside. Okay, so you imagine what sentiment was like at these points. It wasn't good. Nobody wanted to buy Bitcoin at this price. Okay, think about, I'm sure you've heard, over the last couple of months, Bitcoin, 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 Bitcoin. Where? At these levels. The point where the people who bought the asset here are selling to the people who are buying here. So really and truly, you need to understand that generally in the markets, you need to be doing the opposite of what you feel you should be doing. Okay, so at this point where there was maximum fear, people were capitulating, people were selling at the bottom, people thought, we were all going to die, coronavirus was going to kill us all and destroy everything. That was the point of maximum financial opportunity. That was the point where the money was made. Okay? And as I said, nobody wants the asset when it's lying in these price levels, where that's where you want to be buying it. And Bitcoin, in my opinion, the chance is gone at life-changing money. It's gone. Forget about it. It's not coming back. I was expecting a drop to about here. It's gone up to 54. I still think we will revisit these levels, but even so, the opportunity's gone. Let's say it goes back to 40,000, we're looking at 100%. Pretty good, but if you look at the altcoin market, it's not too attractive. Okay, Ethereum, again, we're at a point where it's broken out of these price levels, and we're at a point where the opportunity isn't as high as it was here. Okay, I'm kind of repeating the point over and over again. Litecoin, slightly better, but wouldn't it be great if we could turn back the time and buy the asset while it's here? Now, the question is, why is XRP sitting at these levels? Why has the market broken out as a whole, and why is XRP lagging behind? Now, okay, first of all, look at these percentage gains. If you buy at 47.5 cents, we're looking at 2,741%. Now that is crazy gains. There are people who would kill for those gains. I'm not even joking. That is, you're going to be hard found to find something that attractive. Now, why is XRP sitting at these levels? Okay, the reality is the SEC has alleged that XRP is a security. Okay, so Ripple, the sort of company who I don't want to say promotes XRP, has been taken to court for selling unregistered securities. Now, I don't know how familiar a lot of you are with securities laws and the like, but something is either a security or it isn't. Okay, it's a very binary classification. So you can't have something that's a security in the United States that isn't a security in the United Kingdom. Okay. Now, interestingly enough, the UK, via the Financial Conduct Authority, Japan, the Middle Eastern countries, MENA, all the major jurisdictions in the world have concluded that XRP is a virtual currency. And a virtual currency can't be a security. Okay? So essentially, the SEC and the United States, by extension, are the only ones alleging that they have a case to answer for. Now, in my opinion, this is the exact same situation as Bitcoin sitting in this phase here. Okay, nobody wanted to buy it. Even media coverage was incredibly bearish at these points. You know, in the news it was Bitcoin, the bubble popped in 2017 and it's slowly dying. You know, it's done. Don't buy it. Don't buy it. But and you know, the sort of media were telling people that, while I'm sure they were accumulating at these levels. That's the interesting thing. So personally, I believe XRP is it. You know what? It's almost like a sleight of hand, a magic trick. Look here. Look at Bitcoin. Look at Bitcoin above $50,000. It's going to, you know, I think Citibank released a report saying it's going to 300k this cycle. You've got Michael Saylor, CEO of MicroStrategy, who, by the way, is a charlatan and a fraud, saying that, well, he's essentially front-running institutions, telling them all to buy Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin. Don't look at XRP. Don't look at the coin which, out of all the cryptocurrencies on the market, has the greatest sort of is most attractive to the world's central banks. Okay, I'm not going to get into the technicals of XRP on this video. I've rambled for long enough. But the point is, and I hope I've stressed it enough, you want to be buying assets when they're suppressed. Let the media, let the establishment play their games, and we'll play ours. So I'm very much buying more and more XRP at these levels. Historically, this is XRP in 17. Historically, XRP has followed the Fibonacci retracements. As you can see here, top of the cycle, bottom of the cycle, a sort of projected top of here. This is in 17, so of course we have the first move, consolidation, the second move, but again, matches up to a T. Okay, so I see absolutely no reason why XRP will not follow, and the percentage gains are incredible. You know, if we compare to, of course, you know, there are more coins on the market, but the reality is most of them have broken out of this bottom structure, broken out of these, and are approaching their all-time highs around here. So there's still plenty of opportunity within the market at these levels, don't get me wrong, but this is the golden accumulation level. If you're accumulating assets here, you're laughing. Okay? Now, if we're anticipating a high of around $13, right? Let's say we don't quite get there. Let's say like, where are we? Let's say we just creep in, okay? And you sell at 11.5. You're still laughing. You're still doing pretty well. Okay? So, I don't know. Maybe it's food for thought. Maybe you think this is interesting. Maybe you don't give a shit. But the point is, I like this trade. You know, I think this is especially for like late entrants into the market, which I'm sending this around to, you know, to people. I'm sending this to people who probably aren't involved in the market. This is where you want to be buying, you know, not Bitcoin, Bitcoin, Bitcoin. Here, you know, you put in $1,000, you're going to make 500 quid, like whoop-de-doo. Again, Ethereum, you buy here, you put in $1,000, you make 2,300. It's pretty good, don't get me wrong. You put in $1,000, you make, okay, you do pretty well, to be fair. You put in $1,000, you make like 6 or 7. But the real opportunity, in my opinion, is here. Okay. So, yeah, just thought I'd quickly make that video. Apologies for the production quality of this. Never really done this kind of thing before. I hope you found it interesting. And you know, if you have any questions or things you'd like to clear up or want to talk about the fundamentals, maybe we can talk about that. But the key thing I want you to take away is don't sleep on this asset. I know it's at, you know, an unattractive level, but as I've hopefully shown you, history shows that XRP follows the rest of the market. It pumps last and it pumps the hardest every single time. And yes, there's fundamental issues at the moment with a court case looming, but realistically, that's a buying opportunity. You know, that's an opportunity for one to get in right at the bottom and maximize those gains. You know, the higher you go here, the less you make. So let's say you wait for the court case to resolve itself. First of all, you're not going to time it this well. People will front run you. By the time you hear about it, by the time you get set up, you'll probably be buying at like here. And suddenly you're going from 2,741% to, I don't know, maybe 1,300%, which is still pretty damn good, but, you know, we're talking maximum financial reward. Of course, there's risks, but on a risk-reward level, I believe this is setting up to be a really, really good trade. Okay, well, I've rambled on for long enough now. I'll wrap this up here, and thank you for listening.